Alright guys, if you're just tuning in, this is International IYL3. Is this East or West? I don't remember. Oh, I'm terrible. I think it's East. Yeah, it's East. No. Yeah, I'm bad. Okay, anyway. Yeah, this is West Realm round 2, so round 1 is already concluded for, I think, the entire tournament. I think East is already past round 2 and they're to the semi-final round. But the winner of this is going to go to the West Realm Grand Finals, I believe. Let me pull up the brackets. Oh yeah, okay. So the winner of this is going to face either Phoenix of the Ashes or Jushichi. And that will be the semi-final round that leads to the conference finals. And a couple more rounds to go, actually. Yeah, it's going to be a best-of-7 match between rodohk and cpat. Flying solo, this is Leontes. I usually have a guest on, but right now this is kind of a smaller cast at the moment. I think there's another game going on right now between Clan Natoy and RadXT1 and Sapanda League. So this one's just going to be a little bit more mild, but it's a really important match. It's an elimination match for both of these people. IYL3 playoffs is single elimination, so cpat pulling up some sick tunes to prepare. But yeah, almost ready to get going. This match was supposed to happen like earlier today, but it got pushed back a little bit. Alright. Starting with the Zane mirror, which is the thing I like to see least in a Yomi match, especially like a serious tournament. And cpat saying, LOL, why you played Lum? I was going to give you an honest match, but nope. Now we have Anarchy, maximum Anarchy. So this fight's really silly. The way that MediaTax interacts with Zane is that when the opponent's knocked down, the normal attacks with speed 1.0, and Zane notably has really crazy odd attacks on Wake Up, and he's not very fast outside of MediaTax. And Zane notably only has even blocks, so that means that when one Zane knocks the other Zane down, it's extremely free to just play the 9 poke. Like literally the only thing. Let's see if we get a knockdown here, and I'll explain the mix-up in further detail. But a lot of the neutral game is about trying to get these throws in and being brave and poking them out. And cpat spends a valuable 5 throw in the middle of the combo, but no knockdown. But anyway, because Zane possesses no moves in his whole deck that are faster than 1.0 other than his Maximum Anarchy, which is pretty tough to assemble in this fight, or Crash Bomb, right? Which is his pseudo reversal. It's 5.0 speed, but it interrupts faster attacks and knocks down. The only option that cpat has right now is to either not get hit by a 9 attack, a 9 or 7 from Zane, rodohk over here, is to king himself, play a Joker, or play Maximum Anarchy. So what happens is this Zane who's not knocked down has huge incentive to just play the attack, and that's actually really bad to mill a Joker to shenanigans this early. cpat plays a throw off of his back because the only thing that he can really do, like blocking doesn't really help him here, but he can throw if rodohk reads that cpat is going to either Crash Bomb or Gold Burst. And so in that case, rodohk would block or dodge, the wake up throw works. So here we might see another wake up throw from cpat, or yeah, the gold burst to beat the 7 because he's checkmated otherwise. And this is what makes this matchup so crazy. Is now he has aces now. If he can power up for 2 more, then he has a really good mix up when he's knocked down, and vice versa. It's a really complex match, but it has a lot to do with, does my opponent have king? Are they willing to just gold burst while they're knocked down? You play this game of chicken, where the knockdown player has to crash bomb or gold burst up. So now cpat's in the driver's seat, and we'll see what rodohk responds with. And because he has 1 joker in the discard pile already, his options are somewhat limited. 1 joker, 1 crash bomb. So he might just throw and run it right into Zane's odd normal attack. So yeah, the blocking is weak here because Zane does not possess odd blocks. And it sucks to lose a crash bomb in the middle of his shenanigans. cpat just whispered me that he has 7-7-7-7 queen ace ace. So this is going to be kind of a spaghetti combo. Just 29 damage though. It's pretty solid. 28 means that he cannot kill rodohk off of a throw. But this matchup's always literally like 1 knockdown away from one guy just running over the other guy. So if rodohk can end this and a jack, then it could just start a sequence of unblockables that cpat can't recover from. Fortunately, we know that cpat has at least 2 aces. If he can get 2 more, yeah, no knockdown for rodohk. So it does a bunch of damage, but it doesn't really put cpat in a really threatening position. He's not going to create a destroyer. If he had one, he might have wanted to use it, but it's so risky. Like, you don't want to give your opponent kings. Slipstream phase, so no anarchy coming out of Zane this time. 1.2 is a really fast speed though in this matchup, and for any character against Zane really. Okay, so these dodges are only truly meaningful if there's a knockdown coming at the end of it. So maybe rodohk is holding a king or a J. Didn't want to get his yeah. He can't just lead it raw, and he didn't really want to throw or try to outspeed a 2 attack. So 22 damage left. If this 2 Zanes, if cpat doesn't have a counterplay option, oh, he chickened out. See, yeah, he's expecting either the gold burst or the king from cpat, because cpat's only played 1 king so far. But rodohk could have had the match right there if he had a meaningful starter with the odd normal. Lets him back up, and there's the crash bomb. And we'll see if he gets a knockdown. No, bad shenanigans. But maybe cpat has a knockdown option in hand. Nope. Plays the value card. Alright, this is anyone's guess here. Dodging is really low impact if you don't have the knockdown in this fight. So both Zanes block. And depending on what they're holding, they're both like 1 combat from killing the other guy. This is really bad. So Crash Bomb puts him on knockdown because it got blocked. And now if cpat's holding a checkmated odd normal, we got 3 kings in discard and 1 joker. So there's literally only 2 cards remaining in rodohk's whole deck that can actually beat a 9 attack, unless he had maximum anarchy. He did not. So if he had a gold burst, he would have played it right there, unless he was actually betting on getting hit and then using it to negate the extra damage. But I'd rather not do that in this fight. I'd rather just not get destroyed. Yeah, because if he ends the combo with the jack and you were to rewind time the damage on the jack, you're still knocked down. You're still in trouble. So let's see if rodohk counterpicks. This is just a strange fight overall. It comes down to draws a lot of the time and guts. rodohk could have easily had that match if he was still holding a reasonable odd normal. So here comes the lum pick that cpat actually anticipated. And this is considered a pretty even fight. Some have said it's like 5.5 Lum at the most. That's probably the most extreme out of the two that I've seen. And so Lum starts out with a good throw. Zane is dominated on attack speeds for much of this fight. And so it's going to lead Zane to kind of play the matchup, approach it a little bit like he approaches the Setsuki matchup, where he wins the throw game a lot of the time. But Lum's attacks are so frequent and so powerful that Zane has to incorporate some kind of block dodge range in order to just not lose every combat. Lum on knockdown, lots of reversal options. Maybe not lots. He has great Pandemonium and Queen. Yeah, he just goes for it. So unfortunately rolls the king, doesn't get his queen back. That's pretty bad in this matchup because you really need to hang on to those fast reversals. Just keep you so safe from shenanigans mix-ups, or not shenanigans, but media attacks. Opts for a 4 dodge. This makes me wonder what kind of follow-up rodohk's actually holding that makes him want to dodge instead of blocking the early game. Jack into a block, he's going to chip and have a chance to recur this with roll the dice. Zane's got a really big hand now. And that's one of those things about Zane, is that unlike the other rushdown characters like Gwen and Setsuki, oh, he triggers a knockdown actually, he doesn't want to take the card back. Interesting. Yeah, even cpat's surprised by that play. Yeah, Lum's just gonna get his chip. Maybe he'll recur this one. Has the option. Yeah, he keeps it this time. And now this is what I was going to say, was that Zane with a huge hand can just power up for Anarchy, and then now he has a really strong throw game. So holding Anarchy in your hand actually enables your throw game to go off the rails, because Zane's best throw combos don't necessarily involve aces. And Anarchy just kills you if you push buttons. So now we're looking at rodohk with 16 health. He's got 9 cards. Zane sitting at a comfortable 67, and 9 cards left in his hand despite playing Anarchy. So that was at a moment in the game state where if cpat had not landed Anarchy, he still would have been in a really good place. So I really like the play of Anarchy that early on. Lands the Crash Bomb. He's going to take 4 damage for this because Crash Bomb just is uninterruptible, but you still get hit. And now rodohk better have an answer. He's going to draw some cards, actually. Roll the dice into an ace, lets you draw 3 cards, and then peek at the bottom card. And peeking at the bottom card is interesting because for roll the dice, if you roll a 2 or a 3 at some point, it says you can gain 4 life or draw the bottom card of your deck. If you've already peeked the bottom card of your deck by getting an ace on roll the dice, then you have some more knowledge about that. It's not as random. So you can kind of levy the difference between getting the 4 health and getting the bottom card. So rodohk attempting to just get the damage he can get in right now. Just a full house? Yeah, just a 7s and aces for a full house. Might have multiple 10s, and he's going to shoot for a real poker mix-up after this. Great Pandemonium gets dodged. If he doesn't have a Joker, he might be done here, because any throw... There's the 5 throw off of Shenanigans, so it's going to be the kill shot. He might go with like a King or a J from hand, just to make sure he hangs on to the knockdown option. Second Pandemonium gets dodged. Does he have the second Joker? It's a bold play. Like, I do like it because it's just a really big reversal. And he's in a position where he has 6 health. It's really scary for him to want to just throw. And he does have... Wow. So, dodged Pandemonium into Anarch Crusher, blocked 2 times by Jokers. So now does rodohk have any more reversals? He's going to power up for 1. It's only meaningful if he grabs 2. So can't blackjack dodge right now. And rolling panda. And this will be game 2. Zane with the endlessly sustaining throw game. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, it just does like a little bit, but the main thing is he's not paying any cards for his follow-up. As long as he pulls it from shenanigans, he's okay. Starting play, great Pandemonium. That's a really good play because it just any kind of reversal. Any kind of reversal is really good against Zane, who likes to push buttons a lot. But in this particular fight, Zane knows that he has to block and dodge a great deal, because he can't compete with speeds like 0.8 on Great Pandemonium and 1.4 Jack. Barely outspeeds Lum on this one, 3 poke to 3 poke. And getting the normal draw off that. Free card from shenanigans, knockdown, 18 damage. It's a huge setup, and we've already got 2 aces in discard for poor rodohk here. Just goes for the throw. You expect Zane to just keep on being sneaky with those dodges. And that's like, it's an okay play. Because your mix-up as the knocked down guy is try to block the mix-up, play reversal, or throw Zane's fear of you playing the reversal. But if Zane doesn't fear the reversal, then he just goes for you. And that's one thing I've learned from playing against Razik a lot, is if he has like a life lead like this, he's pretty willing to just say, yeah, I'll get hit by a Dragon Queen, it's cool. I'll take 22. It took you a lot of investment to really do that, and you probably had to spend a lot of really important stuff that you're going to need in neutral, so I'm okay. Because if I'm wrong, or rather if I'm right, and my mix-up normal gets in, then I get a huge benefit for that. But if you're wrong, then as the knockdown player, it hurts you so much more than it hurts Zane because of card investment. Man, Lum was the oddball member of the cast in version 1 that had throws that were not on the traditional numbers 7, 8, 9, 10. The grapplers, of course, had other ones like 2, 3, and 4 and stuff. But Lum's 6 throw is really oppressive in certain matchups like this one, because whereas Zane can usually bully with his 7 throw, Lum doesn't actually have a 7 throw. He just has a 6 throw. So it's just it's like a better 7. Painful combo. Throw into ace is 25 for Zane. It's just so hard to get the ball rolling right now. It's gonna look for more aces. Finds a crash bomb. It also cycles the card for you, regardless. Oh no. And the sad thing is, what color did he see? He probably saw the heart. Yeah. So yeah, cpat was gonna play the crash bomb, revealed it, and he was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing that. He needs to take the health here, because if he doesn't, and Zane has another king, it's just game over. Because he can checkmate you with chip. Rolling Panda up. I don't think I've seen Lum block one time on knockdown. Alright, so we can recur this. The roll the dice is good news. There we go. Alright, so he needs these queens. And the problem, though, is that any kind of offense that Lum can put forward, other than like dodging into big things, which he doesn't have a lot of big things to dodge into, really, other than Great Pandemonium, is that Crash Bomb just kills you. It's such a safe button for cpat here. And so now we're up 3-0 in the set. rodohk's tournament life on the line. And the Grave switch. Yeah, Jack is a really hard card to use in this particular matchup because it's just... Zane does block sometimes, but when he's not blocking, he likes to play that 2 attack. And there's a certain degree of throw that Grave absolutely must play in order to win the match. That 2-poke, despite things like King and Queen and single ace being really dominant attack speeds in this fight for Grave, stuffing throws is really important. And yeah, rodohk goes for 1 right now. Zane pokes it out again, draws a card. If Shenanigans is kind to him, then he'll get something out of it. Loses a King. And he may not have the throw ender, or the J ender yet, but he does. So yeah, 2 pokes, and now rodohk has lost a great chunk of his life. 34 damage from Zane. Both players block. Grave knows that his attack speeds are so dominant. Like, he has Queen and single ace to trade really heavily with Zane, that he can just block, anticipating a block dodge from Zane, because he just doesn't want to get hit by an uppercut at that particular moment. And this is what I was talking about with the throws. He's got to get throws in, and this is where I would like to see the Jack saved for big combats, like throw 6 Jack to do Zane levels of damage to him when you actually get those throws in. Yeah, King undercut the 2. 2 is being played as an anti-cross-up, because Grave likes to do really silly things to Zane, like cross him up with a 3-poke into True Power Storms. And if Zane tries to play a Crash Bomb, the perfect Grave hand in that situation is just playing the 3 attack into a Crash Bomb, mental toughnessing the Crash Bomb so that it doesn't interrupt him. Just gets it in and then hits him for True Power Storms. Lots of counterplay to Zane's regular shenanigans with Grave, because Grave is the straight up guy, right? He's just the let's go back to basics and let's stop using all these weird techniques. I'm just gonna beat you in a straight fight because that's what I know how to do best. And now all the 2s are gone, and now Jack becomes a really valuable lead for rodohk. But not if you're knocked down. No aces played yet, no queens played from rodohk. He could try to uppercut out now. He doesn't. The wake up throw, I love doing this Grave against Zane, because he hasn't played any anti-media attack options yet. It's very easy just to land that throw. That's twice that cpat has not gone for the mix-up normal out of fear of Grave's options. And that's a big part of why people like to counterpick Zane with Grave. More counterplay to mix-up normal, and Grave's just going to build. Knowing the opponent is going to reveal a normal attack. Mix-up here is throw or play the normal. And it's going to just poke into it. He's going to draw a card for playing the 2, then draw a card for hitting the block. So he's going to get 2 cards for this. It's part of knowing the opponent. Let's see what Martial Mastery reveals for Zane. This is important because it'll also tell rodohk what kind of mix-up normals he has to worry about. So 1 Joker found, no aces. 6 and 7 both represented. He has queens to upgrade his normal attack combos to higher levels. Single crash bomb. One creator. Kind of has everything, but he just knows now he has no worry of running into anarchy anytime soon. See, this is what I'm talking about. You got to throw here. And he's doing a fantastic job of keeping cpat down. Alright, dreaded 5 poke into True Power Storms is lethal, but cpat has the Joker, has counterplay, he's got queens, he's got king. Yeah, he went for it, the 5 poke. So does this tell us that rodohk's holding the aces? Like with 3 games up in a set, would cpat if he got ooh no. That's alright, I think Grave already has his firepower. But with three wins right now, if that 5 poke landed, do you think cpat bluffs? Do you think he just says, you know what, I can lose right now. If this guy has the guts to just play True Power Storms on this known Joker, then he deserves to win 1 game, and then I can fill out the rest of the set and try to squeak one out. The 9est of pokes. That is a hard read. Only really playable against a throw attempt. So there goes that Joker. Grave has no reason to really try to follow it up unless he can rebuild True Power Storms after he plays it, which is a thing that I do a lot as Grave. I like to assemble multiple shotgun shells, you know. So you can fire the shell and then you can reload it immediately. And then just maintain the threat in case you miss. And this could be bad, because this could dodge into a crash bomb, and then Creator and Destroyer are moving out of his hand unless he has mental toughness. So let's see if he tries that. And that might be a good play anyway. Like if you play the 4 as cpat, you're going to fish out a 10. Oh no, he keeps his hand. So now Wake Up True Power Storms is a really strong play. Powers up mental toughness. I guess he didn't have true power the whole time. That's what the 5 poke was for. The 5 poke was to hit Zane and make him waste his Joker. Now it all makes sense. Goes for the confirm. Not even the big confirm either. The 3 attack would have been enough. Enough to kill, if it would hit. Crash bomb. Now with aces assembled, we're going to see Creator and Destroyer, and all those 10s in the discard. No, he still doesn't have it. I guess it's 3 4s in the discard pile. I'm surprised he didn't really keep it. Powering up for Anarchy. It's a guaranteed 5 chip. rodohk has not played a single queen this set. Or this matchup, actually. And are we going to see a joust? No, it just blocks up. Block a pretty safe play. cpat does not want to get hit by True Power Storms. And this is where it gets interesting, because neither player wants to get hit by the other guy's Silver Bullet. So it becomes this game of chicken where they're both going to dodge, and Slipstream Face takes it if he has no Joker. There's the final Joker for Zane, so if he... Yeah, sick nans from the crowd here. And it's over. And that's the part there when you have to just start throwing like a madman is Grave. Throw into single ace, throw into 6-jack, just get your damage in. Like throws into knockdown only take you so far when cpat can just play a lot of anti-cross-up normal counterplay, and it makes it very difficult for Grave to keep up in damage. Like he won a lot of combats. You win a lot of combats landing those throws into the blocks, but if they don't lead to damage, then you end up in that situation where your opponent's up 48 life on you, and you're struggling to land True Power Storms against a mono blodge range that Zane can then play, not worrying about you throwing, or because he's more worried about True Power Storms than anything. So that fight there is over and done with. That was the Western Playoffs Round 2 of International Yomi League 3. I think I'm going to move on over to another game. I think we should still have, yeah, to Panda League, 17 people watching this one. I'm going to switch over to this one, guys. Watching Midori versus Argagarg, and funny, I had a set with Hydro earlier where I lost the exact same thing really hard, like, just, I think Hydro beat me 4-0, Midori versus Arg. This is a hard fight for Midori. I don't know how it's been going the whole time, though I haven't been here. There's 17 spectators in this one, though. Let's see if we can get some of you guys on Twitch. And Tillerman says it's maybe slight Midori favor. And two Midori guys say fight sucks for Midori. So it's hard for Midori because Arg's 10s are really, really frustrating. They prevent you from getting a lot of your damage in with Glimpse of the Dragon. Yeah, good bubble shield grab. It's hard to grab. Well, Arg's on 3 cards right now, but it's really hard to go into Dragon form. It's hard to get your 10s in there to flip your queens into big damage. It's hard to even play those options without, like, if you run into bubble shield, it's really, really hard for Midori to get it off. And even worse, if you actually make it in the Dragon form, and then you end up running into bubble shield, then you have to spend a lot of material in order to get bubble shield off. Because Argagarg knows that the only thing that you can play to take off bubble shield if he's just going to block and dodge is a king throw or an ace-ace if he wants to stay in dragon form. So Midori kind of has to voluntarily end dragon form when Arg lands a bubble shield against like a jack or a queen. So it becomes very, very important for Midori to play kind of a dodge throw mix-up to get damage in, but that's hard to do against a guy who wants to just stall you out. This is a painful throw here. So 3-card Argagarg, he only has to last 8 more turns or a couple more if he lands something. Crash and Flow, Dragon Form is now disabled. So even if Midori is holding a hand full of good stuff, it's going to take him several turns to convert his hand into damage, and he may not have time for that. Also, you don't have the fastest attack in the matchup. Like, Blowfish Spikes is extremely powerful. So Midori goes for Wrath of Earth here. It's a good range busting move. It kind of beats all of Arg's offensive options, except for Blowfish. 21 damage left. He can get this with a Dragon Queen into a 7 or 8 or a J. Throw into Jack Jack, which is unlikely. Another Ace Ace is going to... Oh, and that's a set. That just happens to you. And that's what happens. Blowfish Spikes is just crazy. Crazy, crazy fast. And I guess Radix T1 is going to challenge Tillerman to a set right now as well. Yeah, Clan Natoy shares my frustration of Midori versus Argagarg. It's like a really, really hard fight. Yeah, I really don't like it too much. I'd rather play Rook than than Midori in that fight, just because you at least have rock armor you can do a lot of the time, and you at least have Checkmate Buster to make him attack you and get him off the block button. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this stream now. And if we see Red XT1 versus Intillerman in 15 minutes, oh, Mystic Juicer wants to fight me, but why? Why do you want to fight me? What are we doing? All right, I guess I'm being called out. I mean, if I'm getting called out on stream, then I can't say no to that, right? Yeah, Mystic Juicer in Twitch chat right now. Oh, disagrees about Rook versus Arg being that much better. Yeah, I have Dragon Queen. That's cool. That's a good tool, I guess. It's probably the best thing I have that helps me navigate that fight. But you have Jack, and Jack is great. And my Jack is not so great. But yeah, just being able to Checkmate Buster whenever you feel like, and not having to... saying dodge is important, yeah. It is, but against a guy who just blocks, like, I don't know, I'm wasting a lot of resources when I dodge nothing. It's like, I can dodge into Final Dragon Buster, but Arg will have a Joker by that point. He'll have kept me out of Dragon form for long enough to make sure that that he gets the Joker because he's using 10s to navigate Dragon form. It just takes way too long to get there, and I have to spend a lot of the time that I fight with him in neutral just playing cards that are not as optimal because I have to spend my kings, I have to dodge into them, I have to desperately burn my dodges to get when they're 10s to get queen damage in, so I run out of those quick. I don't know if my throw-ins are worth more than Rooks because you actually have a poke-eating king. I do not have that option. I have to play attacks to get in or dodge them. Yeah, he can counter your king, but it's fine. You know, you have you can reflect blowfish spikes. Yeah, throws seem good against Arg until you realize that he can play this mono attack range, and because you can't like navigate mono attack that well while building a hand, like you can block a lot, but you're just taking so much damage from like kings, like king block, and blocking the jack and blocking the queen. And any turn that Argagarg doesn't do anything and he just like blocks himself, he just takes damage. Like, Troc, I think, is the best grappler to deal with Argagarg. Because Troc just has a lot of reversals that are just good cards. Anyway, digressing about that particular matchup. So I think we are going to see Red XT1 and Intillerman. Yeah, Trout can even do funky things like knock Arg down for free and then not take damage that turn. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. As a result, I'm going to cut the stream now, and if it comes to pass that another match happens, then you'll probably see the stream go back up, but I'll post a link in chat. And yeah, I'll get Mystic Juicer on here too. Get a co-caster on this time. Yeah, War Stomp can be pretty great against Archigard, that's true. Alright, let's take some time to touch bases with Mystic, and then we'll see about how to get this thing going. So, thanks again for watching rodohk versus cpat International Yomi League 3. Quick match. cpat moves on, face the winner of Phoenix of the Ashes versus Jushichi. So this is Leon Tez with Sterling Games signing off, and hopefully see you in a few minutes.